$100 a month.
Okay. And I can't buy socks?
Before I get into this, right, ladies and gentlemen, do you think $6,700 in child support is good enough to raise a baby? Before I get into these very short clips, and we're going to round up with this one, okay? Do you think 6,700 US dollars is enough to raise a baby? Child support. In New York City, the greatest city in the world. I know it's expensive in New York City, but the truth is that there's a lot of subsidies and, you know, it's not everyone that's paying $3,000 rent in New York City. That part right there is...
Stop the cap.
Oh. But generally speaking, we all know that New York City is expensive, okay? We know that. Do you think $6,700 is enough to give your ex to raise your baby? This one is a trick question. Okay, I'm going to warn you right now. It's a trick question, but I want to know your opinions on this. Let him talk, and then I want to know your opinions on this. Now, this is 50 Cent's first son. How old is he? Let me find out how old he is, right? So we can put things in context. Because again, if I'm talking about a grown man, I don't care if I'm 50 years older than him. He's a grown man. I'll give him that respect. Right? So in all ramifications, that means he will be held accountable as a man, but he will also get, accolades. It will get credit when he does well, right? So let me see if I can find this. He was born, let me see. He was born in 1990. How old is a person born in 1990? Jesus Christ. Oh my God. Is that him, Marcus Houston? No, that's not him. He wasn't born 1990. Let me find him. 50. So that wasn't him. That's some kind of football player or something like that. Oh, okay. Oh, he was born in 1997. Even better. Okay. It looks like he was born in 1987. Okay, so how old is that? 22 years old. All right. It was born in 1997. This kid is a grown-ass man. You're 22. You only got 3 years to prepare for marriage. Why do I say that? Because you could have impregnated a person 4 years ago, 5, 6, 7 years ago. You have more than enough time to prepare for marriage. No, I'm not talking about that 35 years old bullshit. If you wait until 35 before you get married because you think you're a man, you're never going to be ready. You're just not capable. Okay? You didn't wait till 35 because you wanted to wait. No. No. It wasn't intentional. It was circumstances. I would take circumstances. I would not take intentional. If you say intentional, right? This is what I would.
Stop the cap.
All right? Stop the cap. There's no good girl laying around you and you see yourself with her for life and you just chose like, oh, yeah, I'm just going to wait until I'm 65. That's not how that works. All right? That's cap, big time. All right? But at 22, you're a grown man. If my son is 22, he will be treated like a grown man. If he makes a mistake, he will be treated like family member. He made a mistake, he has to pay. He has to be held accountable for his mistake like a grown man. I will have I'm not pulling belt out for a 22-year-old man, right? I'm not having a 22-year-old man living in my guest room talking about, I'm just going to be, no, we're going to talk about your plan. What are your plans? Now, listen, I'm here as like any other family member. I'm here to support you. But we're going to talk about your plans. Your 3-month plan, your 1-year plan, your 5 years plan. And where do you see yourself in 10 years, 32? Because that 10 years is going to fly by like so fast. Right? But of course, we have a 22-year-old here who is claiming that $6,700 in child support for his mother was not good enough. Again, this is still a trick question. Is $6,700 good enough to raise a baby in New York City? This is still it's a trick question, I promise you. Okay, I'm going somewhere. I'm going somewhere. Let's play this video.
It's $6,700 a month.
Okay. And I can't buy socks?
Listen to what I'm saying to you.
Right.
$6,700 a month, right? $6,700 a month in the state of New York City. You do the math.
Oh, I done the math. I've been in child support, bro. I went to jail for it. So I said, so hold
Okay,
on.
okay, cool. $6,700 a month, right? Okay,
$6,700 a month, right?
You're talking about a Forbes lister. Hold on, wait, listen. You're talking about somebody that has problems with everybody. You can't just live in any neighborhood.
All right. He's making a point. Let me spell out what he's saying. He's trying to make a point that $6,700 in what is it, a month? It's not enough. Wasn't enough to raise him. Now, let's talk about this. $6,700 wasn't enough to raise him. Why is it the one talking about this? All right, so there's another factor here. 50 Cent is a multimillionaire, right? He can afford definitely much more than $6,700 a month. But if you know anything about 50 Cent, he's not giving away free money. Wait, free money? That's his son. Why is that free money? Good question. Let's keep going. Let's keep playing. But he just said something, right? And he made a point. It's a point. It's valid. Let's consider it, right? He said, remember, he's the son of a person that has problems with everybody. Okay? The bottom line is trying to justify his point that $6,700 is not enough, right? And this other gentleman is trying to tell him, like, dude, $6,700 a month. Let's keep going.
$6,700 a month, right?
$6,700 a month, right?
You're talking about a Forbes lister. Hold on, wait, listen.
You're talking about a Forbes lister. It's okay, a frame of reference. Remember, I'm always talking about frame of reference. I want to know with respect to what? To what mindset? What kind of mindset is he speaking from? Because everything is relative. Literally, everything in life is relative. Where are you coming from? What is the perspective of the person that's talking? How were they raised? What is their background? What's their religion? What's their culture? What happened to them? I guarantee you they didn't just fall out of the sky. Something happened, something somewhere. There's a story behind the rhetorics. And it's personal. Fuck all that macro level bullshit. No, it's always personal. Fuck that. Okay? It's always personal. Okay? So somebody said, who hurt you? It's always a valid question. It's the way you're sounding. That's why they're asking you that question. Okay? Let's keep going.
You're talking about somebody that has problems with everybody. You can't just live in any neighborhood.
You can't just live in any neighborhood. That's a person that has problem with everybody. So wait, are we talking about security, money for security here? Or we're talking about child support? Those are two different things, right? Maybe it's a stretch. Maybe he has a point. But I want to know your opinion. Does he have a point by saying, hey, I'm 50 Cent's son. I needed to be protected. I can't just live in any kind of neighborhood, right? $6,700 child support. Is that enough? Or it's just not enough?
$81K is not a substantial lot of money.
Hold on.
You can't just live anywhere.
And if he's contributing $6,700, that means your mom's got the other half. It ain't just for him to just take care of you. She got to take care of you. $700. Where's her $6,700?
It's $6,700.
Go with it.
It's $6,700 a month.
Why is he blinking his eyes and like doing like that in the camera? Why is he doing that? I don't understand. Why is he doing that? Is that okay? All right. First of all, he looks way too much like 50 Cent. This guy, it looks like it's like he spitted him out of his guts. Anyway, let's keep going.
Now y'all got 12, 13 on it.
So this guy that's arguing with him is saying that the mother should be taking care of the other half. Does he have a point? Or the father should be taking care of the son, period, right? Because if he's living with her, she's definitely taking care of him, right? We know that. I said, that's the mother, you know. But now we're making it monetary. But anyway, he's making the money. They're both making it about monetary values, right? But let's keep going.
13,000 a month.
Oh my! See, hold on. Yo, choke. This is where you get it. This is where it goes down a bad path, brother. This is what I'm trying to tell you, bro. Yo, bro, 6,700. If I told you right now, right, you got to start your life over right now with 6,700 a month and rebuild your life.
Yes.
Can you do it?
With 6,700, I can.
You
with
have nothing.
6,700, yes, I can.
He's asking him, can you build your life from $6,700 a month? Right? Can you build a whole life off of 6,700? Now, this guy, in one respect, he's still a baby. He's 22, but he's a grown-ass man according to society, right? And I would, like I told you, even my son, I would treat him like a grown-ass man if he's at 22. My son would, anyway, let me not run my mouth too much, but that's what I would do, okay? Because that's what's in his best interest. I'm not going to treat him like a 6 years old boy. He's 22, right? So this guy has some circumstances, special circumstances, and I want to talk about that, right? He's still trying to make this terrible case. Now, the other one, I'm not sure if he's making too much case, but he's right. Any one human being can live off of $6,700. Honestly, in any city, it's difficult in some cities than the other cities. I get that, but $6,700 is a lot of money. Let's keep going.
I'm from the budget. 6,700. I'm good.
That's what I'm saying.
Nigga.
I'm comparing it to yourself.
With two
Choke,
kids.
this is what I'm saying to you. Choke, this is where you go wrong. You gotta stop comparing it. You comparing it to yourself, bro. You comparing it.
No, but you asked him if he could live off of $6,700. So it's not comparing. You ask him a direct question, right? So it's not exactly comparing. Midjol, I see you. I'll come right to you in a second. I see you eating too. What you eating, man?
On your standard of lifestyle, bro. You cannot do that.
Go with it.
It's $6,700 a month. Can't do that. Listen, Choke. I jumped out of a burning house, brother. I had nothing.
Okay. Now y'all.
All right, so he jumped out of a burning house. That's sad. I'm sorry. Let's go back to the topic. $6,700 a month. Is that good enough?
I know what it feels like to have nothing, all right? And I had to rebuild my life over with $6,700 a month.
Marquise, I know you feel like that ain't a lot of money, but it's a lot of people here watching right now.
It's
girls that's getting $200 a month, child.
I know what it feels like to have nothing, all right? Can't do that. Listen, Choke. I jumped out of a burning house, brother.
All right.
Okay.
I'm done with this kid. But to be fair to him, he's the son of 50 cents, right? I'm not going to say he deserves more. The word is not deserve. But, you know, people take care of their children. It probably, he's trying to say, why can't, if he says, why can't I have a lifestyle around my father's name, right? That would be honest. That would be better. That would be much more honest, right? Than just some. I'm trying to bring you up here. 1 second. There you go. What's going on, brother?
Hey, Ola, how are you?
Feel free, man. Feel free. I know you're eating. You're good. You're good.
No problem.
Yeah. Well, you can finish up. Let me just go through some of these comments real quick.
Okay.
And then, he should mind his effing business.
That's right, Jay.
Let me go back a little bit here. Let's see here. What is the baby eating? Somebody said, what's the baby eating? Jesus Christ. Enfamil is expensive as shit. Let me 1 second.
Yeah, what is the baby eating? $600-$700 a month? That ain't enough? Well, people don't understand, Ola. The thing is, Ola, what people don't understand is the child support really is for the child. It's to subsidize the mother's life to where he's contributing. All that money really is supposed to be for the child. School supplies, clothing, baby formula, field trips, whatever the child needs, that money is for. Now, it's not for the woman.
Is it
pay her bills with?
Hold on 1 second. Your thing is breaking up in and out a little bit. Yeah. People in the chat, is it me or Mindro? Looks like it's breaking in and out a little bit. Just make sure that the audio is good, and then it's like it's I can hear you, but it's like it's a little choppy. Let me know in the chat if it's choppy to you as well. It could be me. Let me just make sure. All right. Now let's keep going. They'll tell us. Yeah, it's cracking. Okay. Just say it's cracking.
Okay, they're saying it's cracking. I don't know why.
Yeah, jump out and jump right back in.
Okay.
Let's see if that fixes it. Yeah. While I read through this comment. All right. So all the buzzwords and can't even have a simple damn discussion about why they're upset. Yeah. This is the main reason I don't lie. 50. He treats his son like trash and it's disgusting. It does. It does. But remember what we talked about? Remember, you slept with this man? You have to hold yourself responsible too. Now, the kid is complaining. 50 Cent is not complaining. Right? And I have to look at the person that's complaining and hold them accountable. Right? The kid is complaining. So I'm not even going to talk about his mother. I got to talk about him now. Because he's the one complaining. On the internet. Right? What is the baby eating? Gold? That's a lot. As a mother, I want to hurt him for that. Right. Because you wouldn't want him out there crying like that, right? Especially if it's a son, right? You want him to be a little bit stronger and show up like a man a little bit more. Right? See, sometimes we take on the battles of our parents and we want to fight for them and want to defend them. That's always a bad move too. That's always a bad move. You don't know what your parents went through. You have no idea. You couldn't possibly have proper context. You don't know what you don't know, right? Mindrell said, yes, that's more than enough, right? That's more than enough to take care of a baby. And the argument is trying to make, where he failed is that he's trying to make an argument that it's not enough. And that's where he failed with the argument. If he said, listen, I'm 50 Cent's son. I don't care what's going on with him and my mother. But $6,700 for 50 cents? Come on. If he says something like that, that would be a little bit more honest than saying, I jumped out of a building. That has nothing to do with nothing. I'm sorry. Let's get back to the topic. Is $6,700 enough to take care of a baby per month? Now, I'll tell you why there's more lessons to this in a second, right? He's grown now. He's 22. That's a grown man. He's probably not in college. If he's in college, good for him. He's doing it for himself, not 50 cents. Money or not, 50 is trashy for treating his son the way he does. I'm sorry. If someone is not complaining, I don't hold them accountable. If you're complaining, I hold you accountable for your own good. Because the same energy you apply to complaining, you can use to create better experience for yourself. You do have that power. Okay? 50 cents, you're not. In fact, let me play you a sound effect.
Oh, you're right.
You're right. He's trashy. 50 Cent has been chasing this girl who is broke around town, talking about she owes me $50,000. That one says, I ain't got it. He won a lawsuit of $50,000. He's petty like that. That's part of his brand. Does that excuse him? No, you're right. He doesn't. But he's not the one complaining right now, right? Queen J says he's 25 years old. Maybe I got the wrong one. 25, 22, 25, 60, potato. That's a grown man, right? All right, good. Let's hope it's better.
How's it? Better?
I think it's better. Yeah.
Okay.
I think it's better. Yeah. Yeah, I saw your comment. Let me go back to your comment. You said, yes, that's more than enough. I just saw that. Right. So it's enough. It's enough for sure, right? I think it's what's the word that people throw around on the internet? Disingenuous?
Yeah.
Right? It's disingenuous, right? To just come and cap and say 6,700 is not enough. Just say, hey, I'm 50 Cent's son. You don't think I deserve not deserve. You don't think that it should reflect on my lifestyle? I mean, like, come on. I don't know what happened between him and my mother, but you don't think it should reflect on my lifestyle? Even if it's just security? Like, listen, 6,700 is more than enough. But I'm just saying, though, I'm 50 Cent's son. That will come off a little bit more honest than, I jumped off a building. Like, dude, what does that have to do with anything? Confused. He's a grown man. Let's see. So what do you think Just Jay is saying? 50 Cent treats him like a nigga in the streets. She's saying it's trash for that. What do you say about that?
For what? Only giving $6,700 a month?
For treating his son like trash. He's trash for that.
How's he treat him like trash?
This is what she said. She said, money or not, 50 is trashy for treating his son the way he does. That's the verdict.
Well, I don't know how 50 treats his son.
Well, he doesn't give it. He curses him out publicly. Like, he curses him out the same way he curses everybody out on his Instagram page. That's exactly how he treats his son.
Oh, well, he's not being trash. That's just how he is. If he treats everyone the same, I mean...
He's an opportunity, right?
Right. If he treats everybody the same, I mean...
he's been shitting on that young man before he was an adult. He was. That's a fact. But he's an adult now.
What was the young man doing?
He was cursing his father out along with his.
Oh, well, there you go. I mean, what do you mean he was treating like shit?
Before he was an adult, by the way.
Right. Well, there you go. He was cursing his father out and carrying on. I mean,
before he was an adult, right?
What do you expect then? I mean, he's right to treat his son like that. You want to run your mouth? You want to be disrespectful? Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
You need me a lot more than I need you.
Yeah, it's tough. It's tough, you know. I wouldn't treat my son like that, but I also wouldn't. That the way 50 Cent conduct himself in this street is not the way I conduct myself either. You know, so we're definitely different. Is he wrong? You're right if you think it's wrong. Is he right? You're right if you think it's right. But he did the right thing per the system is concerned. They levied him $6,700 for child support, and he paid. This is the kind of person 50 Cent is. Oh, I owe you $6,700. That's all you're ever gonna get from me in your life. Fuck you. That's him. That's his personality.
Well, I mean, it's not the way I would do things, but I understand it. $6,700 is more than enough money to raise a child, to help a woman raise a child. What women do a lot of times with child support money is they use it for other things like paying their own bills and subsidizing their own lifestyle when it's not meant for that at all. See, I'm a firm believer that whatever money of child support money you don't spend on the child,
right,
you should put it away for that child, like for a college fund or savings or something like that. That way, when the kid gets out of the house, they'll have something to start with.
Right.
But women don't do that. You know, God forbid they think about starting up a Roth IRA in their child's name. You know what I'm saying?
It's usually the lifestyle of this type of people is usually reflective of the very fact that they ended up in child support court. Now, there are some people that are decent people that end up in child support court. It just gets nasty like that, right?
Yeah.
But I'm saying they're often not the 50 Cent. A lot of guys who pay child support, they still take care of their children and spend money when they come over for the weekend. In fact, they feel guilty and they overcompensate on those weekends. You know, I was just talking to one of them just a few days ago who he doesn't pay. Okay, to be fair, this one doesn't pay child support, but he feels guilty. He feels like he needs to overcompensate. He spoils the kids with phones and all this kind of flashy stuff that it typically wouldn't have if they were living in the same household, right?
Guilt does that.
Guilt will make you do that, right? Exactly. But that's not 50, man. 50 is like, you want $6,700? That's all you ever don't like. He's done with this kid. It doesn't look like they will ever have a relationship ever in this lifetime.
Well, I'll tell you what. He gave them money to help raise the kid, right?
That's because of the legal part of it.
I got it. I got it. But my thing is this: he's done his job. Your parents' job is to help root you and prepare you for the world. I don't know what else 50 has done for the child apart from money, because it takes more than money to raise a child. You know, a lot more. So a lot more than just money to raise a child.
You're getting it. That's why I said that question was a trick question.
Right. I don't know what else he's done to help rear that child in the right direction, or help prepare the kid for life. But $6,700 and that's all you ever get from me, especially if you've been on tour, you've been living your life doing whatever you want to do, and you see the kid once in a while.
Right.
That's not enough.
No, he doesn't say. He has zero relationship with this kid. It's basically his seed. That's about it. And
oh well, I mean,
yeah, that's about it. And he was, I think he was getting popular around about that time when they had the baby, and the girl probably got greedy, went to the court system, and said, "Oh, that's what you want to do? All right, good. That's all you're gonna get." And before you knew it, 19 years is over. So now this kid is on Instagram complaining about $1,600 that's no longer coming in. See,
well,
this is one of the lessons, Mandro. People forget that 18 years goes away just like that.
yeah.
They forget.
And the thing is, I don't think that whatever happened between 50 and the kid's mom should have caused 50 to, keep them out of his life.
Yeah,
because it's not the child's fault.
I don't know, man. I have a hard time teaching people their morals. I don't know what their moral compass is.
Right.
I struggle with that. I honestly, I just do, because I wouldn't want somebody to come and tell me how I should raise my kids based off of their moral standard.
Right. That's just my opinion. You know what I mean? But
it's an extreme. It's an extreme.
It is.
Right? Like not taking care of your kids, cursing him out as he was this young when he was cursing that baby out on Instagram, but continue to pay that money because 50 Cent knew that 19 years is going to be over soon. Right? Because it's a total of 19. It's a total of 18, but they have to be 19. That money is over when they're 19, right? And it's just sad. The lesson there for me, right? Let me see what people are saying here first. $6,700 that you don't get taxed on is a lot. If his mom makes $3,300 a month, just half of that would be okay. I think it has nothing to do with it. I think it's basically, what's the English of ojukokoro? Somebody help me there in the chat. Any Yoruba person. Ojukokoro, I think it's covetousness, right? I think it's basically, is that the English converting the money that 50 Cent is making, right? They want a piece of that lifestyle. I mean, she wanted a piece of that lifestyle, let me say, because this kid doesn't know anything. He wasn't raised properly. And that, listen, this is a lesson for 50 Cent. I think Just Jay would like this. If you have a seed out there that's in your name, right? You have a seed on your name out there and you don't raise them, they can absolutely come back and destroy your name. They can absolutely come back and destroy your name. Don't get it twisted. Okay? They can come for you and destroy your name eventually. Don't think you're going to get away with having a seed out there with your name on the birth certificate. You just pay child support and you got away with it. Okay? Oh, but I pay child support. That's not fair. You're right. You're right. But they can come back and destroy your name. It's not about the money, in my opinion. I agree. That's why he shouldn't be on the internet and be crying about the money. He's crying about the money. But you and I agree that this boy is crying about a bigger issue. Right? But it sounds to me that 50 Cent has also created a human being like him.
Yeah.
Like himself, right? Like this kid is not going to apologize. This kid is not going to speak. He's not going to seek out, I'd love to talk to my father. He's holding serious resentments in. Right? I can't speak on the money. It's cracking and the child need light and water. Children need more than clothes and shoes in every month. So now my tricky answer to this is this. $6,700 is not enough to raise a baby. It's not. It's not. There's no money that's enough to raise a baby. There's no amount of money. Okay? In fact, recently, I saw somebody on Instagram posting this message. Okay, I think it's one of those guys from Love and Marriage on the OWN's network, Marshall. And I like some of the things he's been saying about time spending. When people talk about legacy, but they end up not, they're chasing legacy, but they don't spend any time with their family. That's not legacy. Legacy is the time that you're spending with those children and your family. The money can come and go. They could lose all the money you built right after you die for mishandling it. But they can't lose that time, the memories, the impact you leave on them. They can't lose that. Right? So in that perspective, there's no amount of money that's enough. And 50 Cent is not going to get away with this either. Because that boy is carrying his name around town with a freaking carbon copy of his face. He's not going to get away with this. See, 50 Cent is one of those people that thinks like, oh, everything is business. As long as I treat everything like business, I'm going to get away. No. Business is about people. As long as business is about people, you're not going to get away with mistreating people. You know, you just give them $6,700. I think it's a total of $4 million or whatever, right? It has nothing to do with that. Right? And this boy right now is a product of 50 Cent and his mother. Whatever that terrible relationship was, right? He's a product of that. You know? Go ahead, my brother. Go ahead.
Yeah, definitely. This is why I watch your content. I love your insight on things, your insight and your opinion on things, especially about legacy. Like you say, there's no amount of money that's the right amount of money to raise a child. You know, you can't fix all problems by throwing money at it. Not all problems can be fixed that way. You know, and you're right. Business is about people. Because essentially in every business, in some shape, form, or fashion, you're either providing a good or a service to people.
To people.
Because you have to have a consumer, and your consumers are people. Your customers are people. So if the people are not satisfied, there goes your business.
Mm-hmm.
So you're right. It is about people. You know.
Right. Yep.
This young man, it's unfortunate that he went through what he went through, I guess. But $6,700, as far as money goes, that's enough. But
yeah,
but when you see his behavior here, you see the result of an absent father.
Yes.
You know, by looking at his behavior. So did 50 Cent do enough? It doesn't look like he did.
Yeah.
I'll say that. It doesn't look like it. Money, but financially, yeah, he did his thing.
No, he was absolutely absent, and I think he's doing it out of spite.
Yeah, and you can't.
He's very. By the way, he's very open about this. He's doing it completely out of spite against the mother.
Wow.
Yeah.
He's open about that. He said that.
Yes. Yes.
Then what about the kid? He's 18, 19. Well.
That's literally his attitude about it. He might have even said that in words. Like everyone who follows 50 Cent knows this. Like he curses him out. The son they curse each other out online. They have like little moments that they would disappear for another like 3-4 years, and then they will come at each other again. Ever since he became 18, he treated him exactly like an adult. Like fuck that little nigga, that kind of thing, right? Very open about it. But paid that child support, paid every single dime of that child. It's nothing to him, right? $4 million total.
Yeah, because isn't he a billionaire? Or it's close to it?
He's producing $1 billion. I'll tell you that much. I don't know about his net worth, but he's definitely producing more than $1 billion.
Yeah, he's exactly. So his income's got to be at least 3/4 of that. He before taxes.
50 Cent is doing well. That money is not his problem.
Like you say, if he's producing $1 billion, then his income has to be at least 3/4 of that.
Yeah.
Before taxes, of course. But if he's doing his taxes right, he ain't paying taxes. So
he's filing bankruptcy if you ask him for taxes. That's him.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly.
That's
so he
right
won't
there.
pay him.
Right? What? I owe taxes? I'm filing bankruptcy.
Right. I ain't got it.
I ain't got it. He lost a lawsuit, right?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, but like I said, this is a result for the gentleman watching. This is the result of an absentee father.
Yes.
You see how this kid is, you know. Kanye West.
Kanye.
That's the result of an absentee father. Look at him.
Look at that. Oh my God.
Talk about a jigaboo.
What's a jigaboo? Help me out.
It's a racial epithet. It's meant to shame, insult, demean, dehumanize an African American male.
Oh, like an Uncle Tom type of thing?
Yeah, but it's worse. Jigaboo's worse.
Yeah.
Because in the story, Uncle Tom's Cabin, Uncle Tom was actually the hero.
Okay.
Even though he was a eunuch, and that's where the insult's supposed to come from. Uncle Tom was a eunuch, you know. So he's a black man with no proper genitalia. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, wow. Yeah. I those jokes be going way over my head sometimes. It's my kind of. I was raised in Africa, so.
Oh, well, there you go. I mean, I understand why you're confused. You know what I'm saying?
You get it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I ask regardless.
Yeah, and you should. You're doing the right thing by asking questions. Mm-hmm. If you don't know, ask. And if you ask someone, I think they should answer it. Yeah. Because you're looking for knowledge.
Yeah. There's this show. I don't know. You probably don't watch it, but I watch it with my wife. It's called Love and Marriage on OWN network, Oprah Winfrey's network, right? And it's about this couple. That's what she's talking about here. So the guy that I stole that quote from him, his name is Marcel. I saw a picture with him earlier, and he said time is. He said time is legacy. I've been seeing him saying that quite often. I'm like, that's true. Like that, a lot of people now, as black people, we tend to overdo everything, especially Nigerians. Oh my God, we overdo everything. So the moment we found out about Rockefeller and the legacy, then we go mad trying to create $1 million. I'm a boss chick. I'm all this type of stuff. And then we don't know when to stop. We don't know when it's an overkill, right? Once you start doing that and you're not spending any time with your family, you're probably going to destroy yourself more, Let me see here. I'm trying to get back to Marcel's page here so I don't misquote those people, Let's see. Hey, babe, what's up?
But yeah. Kanye is a race traitor.
Yeah. It's sad to watch because what do you think about what I said earlier about the very fact that remember 2005 when he came out and said George Bush
does not care about black people.
Right.
He's sitting in, I thought that was stupid anyway. He didn't send the military down there to kill black people.
So he was overreacting as usual.
Yes, of course he was.
Dumbass. Yeah, this guy right here. Yeah, he said generational wealth. That's what I was trying to say. He's used it with legacy sometimes too. Generational wealth equals to time. It is amazing to me that my youngest daughter looks exactly like her great-grandmother, right? Time, generational wealth, right? So there's a lot of people chasing after generational wealth, right? And they forget to spend time. I was that guy. I'll be very honest. I'll try to be open here. I was that guy, But I've always worked from home. Before there was remote, right?
Yeah.
And but then I'll be sitting downstairs right here and I'll be obsessed with the work I'm doing. I didn't know when to cut off the lights, cut off the computer, and go upstairs and spend time. It almost cost me my whole life, man. Even from a medical standpoint, let me give you this. Even from a medical standpoint, I was sitting for 16 hours a day. Nobody forced me. I was just working. I was obsessed with work, right? I just work. There's always something. I'm a creative. I'm also an engineer. So the creative aspect of me is confused, and then I'll change this, change that, and then 16 hours a day. About 8 years into doing that on a consistent basis, I was trying to sit down one day. I couldn't sit. There's a very sharp pain coming from my lower back.
Lower back, yeah.
Yeah. And I went to go see the doctor, and it was like, I've been sitting for too long, and there's one of the discs on my lower, on the spinal cord that's curved now. And I had to go see therapy for months to straighten that back up. I had to do therapy for months and do a bunch of all kind of stuff because one of the symptoms was the carpal tunnel. That's what they call it, right? So my hands will be, my fingertips, like I could feel tinglies on it. And then there was a pain coming from this area like this, in this joint right here. And it's traced all the way back to that part. They had to do MRI and stuff to diagnose that. Just for sitting for too long, right? So that's the medical aspect of it. Then also when it comes to relationship with my wife, I almost lost my family. From not knowing when to say, hey, it's time to be family, to spend time together, not being disciplined, not to know those kind of stuff. Chasing money, Then money, all that money too is ups and down. It's never enough anyway.
Right. It's never enough. There's never enough money. It's crazy, isn't it? It's like being on a hamster wheel. You're running, but you're not going anywhere.
The rat race.
Right.
Yeah, it's never enough, man. So for me, I consider myself lucky that I got to a space where I learned, and I still have enough grace, right, to be able to fix that and correct that without a lot of people are not that lucky. A lot of people are just not that lucky, right?
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, it's like this guy right here.
Mr. Bean. Oh, they got right there. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's a rat race. You never finish. Yeah. So yeah, let me see here. Like when he filed bankruptcy and was on the internet posing with money, is 50 cents is petty. So if you go get with a petty person, this may end up being your result. You will together produce terrible babies that will end up being the lowest of the society. So the accountability right now, he's the one complaining. That little boy is complaining. He doesn't get to blame his parents.
He's an adult now. And the thing is, his parents may have sent him out there in the world completely unprepared.
He's not prepared.
I don't think he is either.
Yeah.
He doesn't appear to be, because he's already $6,700 is not enough to raise a child. It's like, financially it is.
Just money wise. But that's about it.
I'm saying financially it is enough.
In fact, it may be too much. $6,700 that's just coming in that you never worked for, that can actually destroy you.
Mm-hmm. Make you spoiled and entitled.
Entitled and spoiled.
Yeah.
And then the mother is probably busy talking trash about 50 throughout his childhood.
And now he already has a tainted outlook on his father.
Yes.
Then his father is being petty and staying out of the child's life just to spite the mother.
Mm-hmm.
That's a recipe for disaster.
It's a recipe for disaster for everyone involved, especially the baby.
Yeah. They can now look at him. He's 19.
22.
Oh, 22 now? There you go.
It was born 97. He's at least 22. Somebody said 25 earlier. He's a grown man.
Yeah, he's a grown man. And as a grown man, you can't expect help. You can like people to help you. You can hope people can help you, but you cannot expect it.
Mm-hmm.
And my parents always taught me never depend on anyone else except myself.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because the thing is, it's not that other people are bad. It's because they help me not come.
They may not be capable.
You're right. They may not be able to.
Yeah.
They may not be capable. They may not be available. They help me not come for whatever reason.
For whatever reason that you don't get to, you can try, but you can't blame whatever that reason is. You can make up your own sense that they're just evil. They didn't want to do this. He was irresponsible. He was a bad father. All of that. All of that. You get to see all of that.
Well, you're right.
I love that. You're right.
But it's a big ass old butt.
Right.
Your reality is your reality. You're a grown man. You're a grown man. You can't be that entitled. You can't afford to be entitled.
You cannot afford it. No. All right, listen, Ola, I gotta run because I have to go and do
we got a show
with Black Men Unfiltered. Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you for stopping by, man. As
No
usual.
problem.
Thanks
I
for your
always
support.
support your platform. Keep it
Thank you.
up. Love the content, man.
I appreciate you, man. I appreciate you.
No problem.
Yes,
Thanks for
sir.
having me.
Yep. Talk soon.
Talk soon.
Yes, sir. All right. So, yeah, it's bad. It's just gonna be bad. Yeah. YouTube be blocking me when I type Jigga Woo. Oh, they do? Yeah, they probably do. They're probably tracing you too. And everything you've been saying. They're probably silencing you. You know, they silence people on the street. I need to get my massage license reinstated. Everyone sitting down, I can get work. Yes, that's a fact. Yeah, that's a fact. I went through that for months before I felt better, you know. For me, it's best not to look for help. For a man, every help is a blessing, especially a man. For everyone should be grateful for any type of help you get, right? But especially a man, you need to be grateful. You need to lead with gratitude always. You shouldn't be entitled. If you're entitled, it will hurt you. It will set you up for failure. Okay? Nobody owes you shit. No one. Your parents don't owe you. They could have had you and taken you to a garbage. Put you in a garbage bag and somebody else will pick you up from there. That happens, right? Have you not heard stories like that before? It happens, right? So entitlement from this little man is going to hurt him more and more, even if it's unfair. Even if it's unfair. I'm sure he feels like it's completely unfair. I mean, look at his face when he was talking about this, right? You could tell that
I know what it feels like to have nothing.
You could tell that a part of him, like he's not making sense, but he's trying to make it make sense. Like, he sounds stupid because it's a grown man. You know, it's not adding up, right? I'm sure enough people will say, oh, you know, like Judge J was just saying, right? Like, you know, as a father, she treats, but there's no guarantees. There's no guarantees. That's what we should be teaching our sons. There's no guarantees. You might not get help. Put yourself in a position to help other people. That's the best position to be. If you feel like this world doesn't have enough help for people, right? Then put yourself in a position to help other people. If you really want to change that story, put yourself in a position to help other people. Okay? He looks exactly like him. So 50 Cent thinking he's going to get away with this. It's not. It's not going to get away. Nobody gets away with this. Why? Because we're human beings. He's trying to treat everything like as business. It's just money. I paid my money and it's over. No, it's not. Okay? This live stream is documented here for life. So you can always come back here and watch this. And by the way, if you're listening to me, I think I'll try to see if I can resuscitate the Clips channel. We do have a Clips channel where I will link it in the channel page where you can subscribe to that as well. And I'll put the stories individually on there. No guarantees, right? Because we got to create the resources to get that done as well. For now, we will keep showing up here. I'll probably be back here at 5 p.m. tomorrow, okay? But as far as the staggering time, pardon me, work with me. In the community page, I will try to continue to announce and let you know how things are going up there, okay? Hopefully you've been enlightened and educated, and I'll see you on the next one, and peace.